This video is kind of going to be like a freestyle one. As you saw on the title, the theme is 5 lessons that I've learned so far this year, because I think I've learned a lot the past few months, because a lot has happened in my life. And as you can see, I haven't posted since like February or even January, I think. So this video is really a bit overdue, we can say. But as I said, I haven't posted a lot, and through that I've learned a lot. Yeah, and so now I have prepared 5 lessons for this video. I have them on my phone, so if you see me staring down, that's why. And I also made myself a little drink, so you can make yourself one too, and then we can have like a little coffee chat. And this is coconut water, exactly, and a little bit of lemon juice. I wanted to put extra lemon in it, but I didn't have any at home now, so that's just that now. So let's get right into the video. So the first lesson I have, being in the top 1% is easier than you think. Because I've really learned that. I just realized that last week actually, because I've been not doing my habits as I used to do. Like the biggest one that I'm not doing, that you guys all can see because I'm not posting, is in the evening we just watch TV. We don't really do anything work related, we just watch TV. And this is really a thing why I don't post that much, because I mean throughout the day I work, so I cannot do anything on my content creation then. And in the evening is the only time slot that I have time for my content creation. So that's why when that thing is gone, I don't do stuff on my content creation. So yeah, that's the biggest habit, but I've also noticed like small habits. I also noticed my mindset really is off. So it is really off. Like I feel myself getting insecure about things that I haven't been insecure so far, I think. Especially sometimes when I talk to my boyfriend, I realize how insecure I am in my abilities, for example, at work. And every time like we talk about something and he kind of, not criticize me, but he kind of asks me what I exactly meant by that, I get extremely insecure because I don't feel confident yet. And I always thought the confidence would come when I move out, but that didn't do the trick because my mindset was still off. So yeah, but the moral of the story is, this is what most people do. Most people just fall in these bad habits and in these bad traits, and then they're like, oh yeah, just 1 glass of alcohol is not that deep, and then they repeat that every day, and then they fall into this habit loop. So that's what I'm trying to say here. If you want to be in the 1%, if you want to achieve your dream or own a business or have a YouTube channel, then you just really need to do the small habits every day that differentiate you for the people that don't do that stuff. So for example, go up in the morning and go to the gym before work. There are not a lot of people that do that. A lot of people just get up for work and go straight into work. And that would be a good habit, or just watch good content that really supports your mindset and doesn't tear it down. That's the thing I'm not doing right now. I gotta admit, that's also why my mindset's a bit off. So now that I realize my mindset is off, I'm watching more content. And you can see I'm also trying to do content again, because I really want to achieve that dream. So yes, that's a really big thing. Or also in the evening, when you can just listen to affirmations for 5 minutes. Because most people don't do that, and most people also don't meditate. So if you just meditate for 5 minutes, then you're already better than half of the population of the world, probably. So that's what I'm trying to say. Getting to the top 1% is easier than you think. Good, let's move on. The second lesson, time passes really damn fast. I mean, as you can see, I haven't posted since January, but for me these 4 months 4 months felt like it just went by in a snap. And that is really, I don't like that much, because that shows how fast you can fall into the bad habits and how long you can stay there with making no progress. And that, I think, is really scary. So that's a really good point. But also, what I wanted to say with that, when time passes fast, you really can look at your time, how you spend your time, kind of time audit, and then you see, for example, oh, I spend very less time with my friends. Then you can try and put that time more into your friends, for example, because friends and family are really also important. And I also realize that now that I move out and I'm not living with my family anymore, it's harder to keep in contact with them, obviously. Yes, so that's what I mean by that lesson that I also really felt the last couple of months. Good, then the third lesson. I kind of talked about that already, but bad habits are really hard to quit. So if you have a bad habit that you want to quit, for example, me, it would be watching TV in the evening and not doing anything on my content. So I think that is really hard, because when it's already a habit, I mean, habits work with cues. So if it's already a habit, the cue is, oh, I go in the kitchen, I prepare dinner, and then I eat in front of the couch. And when I eat in front of the couch, I'll put the TV on, and then we're watching TV. When you're already watching TV, it's way harder to switch the TV off than just not turn it on in the first place. So I have really found that to be really hard, and I could not change that habit so far, but I'm hoping I can change it soon, because I really want to continue making videos like this, and that's fun. Yes, so that is really hard. So if you want to break a bad habit, I think it just needs one day that is good, that gives you a bit of momentum, and then you can see, wait, I can do it differently. And then you just need to pull through for 21 days, and then the new habit sticks. So the hardest part is always the first part. But when you notice, oh damn, I have this bad habit right there, that's already a first step. So that is already great. Exactly. That was the third lesson. Good. Now let's move on. So, I have written down that just because it hurts doesn't mean it's bad. So, I'm not saying that in a health kind of way, but I've learned that when I went jogging. So, my goal is to run 10K in October, and I never really went on a run before I signed up for this. So it's been really hard for me to start it again. And I always thought that if I'm exhausted with jogging, and if my legs really hurt, then I cannot continue because they hurt and I'm exhausted. But that's the thing with jogging. You just need to, in these moments, you just need to keep going. Of course, when you haven't run in your life correctly, then it's not a good thing to just start with a 5K and just run yourself to death, basically. That's a bit harsh, but yes. So what I want to say with that is, when I was running for the first time, it was kind of exciting, but then I realized how long 1 kilometer is, and I was like, damn, that's gonna be a long journey. Yes, but then I also realized that I need to push through, that even if my legs hurt, even if I'm kind of out of breath, I still need to continue running, because that's exactly when you build your endurance for running. That's exactly when you get closer to the 10K. So that is kind of what I mean by that. I'm sure you can apply that to another center of life, but that is the only example I have in mind right now, and I'm really not talking about health. So if you feel like you can't run anymore, and if it's really to the point where everything really damn hurts, then you need to stop, because at some point it's not good anymore. But that's how I realized it, and today I ran not my first 5k, but a good 5k. So that's really nice, and I'm really proud that I could do that today. Exactly. But that's a bit off topic, and that's what I mean. That's what I mean by that. Yes. Good. Now let's move on to the last lesson I have for today. And that is, the life that you want is built in private. So I think that's a lesson that you always hear, but I never really knew what that meant until now, because it's like, I mean, of course, if you have a YouTube channel, you share a bit how you build towards to that goal. But if your goal is to have a business, then all that the people see is just when your business is really thriving and when you make the money and when you're a big business. But they don't see the evenings that you put into that business, and the 2 years beforehand that you went to the gym every day, you worked on your business every day for 2 hours, and all the stuff like that. So that's what I mean by that. The life that you want is built in private, and you never know what people go through in your life. Even if you knew them for like several years, you never really know what they are really not doing. I mean, you know what they're doing, but you never know how much work they put into what they're doing. Exactly. That's the same. Yes. So these were all the habits. I just realized I still got my drink. I have forgotten about it. Well, that happens if you talk. I talk a lot. But that's why I have a YouTube channel. So, okay. Again, off topic. Okay, but that was it. That were my 5 lessons that I have prepared for you today. This video was a bit random. I haven't done a real script, it's just the lessons on my phone, so I just talked. But I kind of liked it, and it really got me into it. And I have a new filming set. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here, because I don't know how the light is yet. But I like it, it looks cute, it looks cozy. And yeah, so I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for clicking on this video and for watching so far. I hope you have a nice rest of your week or weekend whenever you're watching this. Okay, bye!